Hey all, today I'm here with Sylvian and Gladis, and they have been living in their self-built camper van a bit more than a year, and they're gonna show us around. Let's have a look.
This is our camper van for transit 2011. This is a 350L, so they call that L3H3, I believe, not even sure. But this is about 650 meters long, and it has a 2.5 liter motor. It's quite powerful. I have the rear wheel drive, but it's a pretty powerful van actually. I really like it. And as I heard, not even sure, but this is the same motors, same engine as the Defender. So very reliable one. When we bought the van, we already had the track on the roof. So this is one thing that really wanted us to get it, because this is really useful and not very always easy to find. And this looked really just perfect. So it has just nothing into it. So we built a terrace with woods into it, so we can enjoy always a nice spot like here. And we can put a lot of storage easily, fix them easily. We have as well, solar panel, the paddle board, things like this. As well, what is cool, we could fix the awning directly here, so that was very easy. Before we left for big travel, we installed that safety feature that avoid, I mean, this is not gonna save the van or avoid people to get into it, but that just will slow anybody that want to install anything in the van. So it's pretty good. Actually, you have to fix it yourself, but that's quite easy. We have here the inlet for the 230 volts. It has been really complicated to find out what bicycle rack we wanted. So we try with different one where you can fix directly behind here on the ball. But that was never working, because at that time as well, the van was really too low, because it's quite heavy actually. Like I'm not even sure, but I believe that when we have everything packed into the van, we are close to 4 tons. So quite a lot. So fortunately, when we went to Morocco, we added some springs in the back, so it lifted up the van. So now this is higher, so it's much better, because before that was quite low. And when we were taking some road with a lot of that was going up a lot directly, we were touching the hook and everything behind, so that was not easy. And that was touching as well the bikes. So actually the bikes, the fixation here, this is something that we directly fix on the ladder. So the ladder was here at first, but this is something we found very cheap on Amazon. We were a bit worried about how solid it was, but actually it works quite good and it's quite fine, and we can directly fix the bicycle here with those hooks, and yeah, no, it's
You
perfect.
tested on Moroccan roads?
Yeah, we tested on, yeah, that's what we were a bit worried about. Yeah, it holds very well actually. In the Moroccan roads, that was no problem. Here at the back, we built the outside shower, which I'm really happy with. Like in the summer, this is so good. You're being in a nice place, no one there. You can have your shower naked into the sun. It's so good. I really like that. Otherwise, at the back we have the storage. So this is in the length of the bed. Here we have the storage for the gas. So my mistake here is that I built that storage to the size of the bottle. So I bought the bottle, I put it to here, and I was quite lucky actually, because I built all the frame of the bed, and I had to build that sealed box, for not to have the gas going out and everything, for safety. The problem now is that I cannot have a bigger bottle, and this is like something happened in Morocco. They have bottles, but they have way bigger, so I cannot fit it into it. So I can only have these bottles, which are 7.5 liter, or I can have smaller ones. But yeah, that's one of my mistakes actually. If I will redo, I will definitely do something bigger than that. Otherwise, here we have as well storage. We put some climbing gear, and we have a bar that you can pull out like this, and you can even extend. So we have kind of a support here that we take out, and then You know, we can have a couple of beers with friends, chilling like that. But the most cool thing that we do, we have two extensions here fixed on the rack. On those extensions, when you take them out, this is an aluminum extrusion. You can fix hammocks, and then we both chilling here, working or having beers with friends. It's just really, really nice. This is a cool feature we made just before we left last year to Greece, and that's very good. We enjoy it quite a lot. On the driver's side of the van, we have below the bed, we have the water tank, which is 100 liters, and we can fill it from here. Mistake, there is no safety. I think having a safety here, like a key, would be great, because like anyone can come and pee into my tank, so that's not a good thing. Otherwise here, this is the van for the fridge. When we bought the van, it was white. And when we went to Morocco, we contacted a guy he was actually quite known in Morocco, and we made all the paints around. We asked him to spray some tar treatment here and below as well, you know, because it protects against little rocks, dust, things like this. And we are very, very happy the work they made. Actually, we bought like 1,300 euro to redo everything. They repaint as well the racks, all the accessories in black like this, and it looks really good. We paid 1,300 euro for that, yeah.
How long did it take?
10 days. Yeah, it takes 10 days, yeah. Here in the entrance, we have this little storage, shoe storage, which is quite good, quite useful. Here, this is the place where we put everything. We don't know where to place otherwise, you know. Here we still have some shoes. We actually have too much shoes. Yeah, I must agree with that. And below here we have the heater, which is same as a Webasto, but this is definitely not a Webasto. This is like a very cheap thing we buy from Alibaba from China.
100 euros?
Yeah, 150 euros. But actually, man, it works very good. So
No issues?
no issue. No, definitely not. Just something I will say, it's you know, like those heaters can work in automatic or manual. And once I wanted to try manual, and like never do that because it burns too much gas, and then all the smoke comes back.
Oh no.
And yeah, I almost got poisoned like that. So never used manual mode with those Chinese heaters. Use automatic, no problem. You see, actually, there is, you know, the device here to control it. It shows the temperature, things like this, altitudes. Yeah, not very.
And you connected it to the...
Actually, that's another mistake I made. It's connected to the batteries of the car, and that's a big mistake because, you know, last winter it was so cold in Switzerland, like -10. So I have to hit like every day, quite a lot in the evening, and I just fucked up all the battery.
Couldn't start the engine.
Yeah, so that's one of my mistakes, because the heater I did it at the end of the construction, like everything was almost built, and I knew I wanted to have the heater here, but I didn't really anticipate to pull all the cables and stuff for that heater. So actually, the battery of the car are connected to my accessory battery, but like here I will need to have another set of cable, which will be quite thick because of the length. Yeah, well, so I plug it into the battery of the car, but that's my mistake.
And it's plugged into the diesel tank or separate diesel tank?
Separate. That's something I can show after. This is right behind the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't want to do that because too much work. At the top here we have more storage. Actually, you know, this is like most in the van. There is storage here, but this is so useful. Like this is again a place where we put a lot of things. Like it's really packed. If you want to take something at the very end, it's like an adventure. But yeah, like we hide beer, things like this. We have towels, anything, but it's quite useful. You know, it's good.
And you decided not to have a walkthrough, but you still made some opening to
Yeah.
the front?
Yeah, so that was the point. It took me a really long time to decide, because I really like van build that have a walkthrough, you know, with the rotating seats. I really like that. but that was as well a matter of money, because you know those rotating seats has a cost. And you know, I wanted to have a shower and everything. So with all the place, I came out having the build like this, actually, you know. And as well, I believe that it is a bit better this way for insulation. A little bit better. I mean, you know, it's not a big deal, but you know, we still have a little bit, because you know the worst insulated part is at the front. So like we being kind of in a small capsule, so it's a little bit better isolated. This is one of my favorite thing in the van, actually. A lot of people told me, why building a shower into the van? Why would you need that? And blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy having a shower in the van. So actually, like this is a little bit cold these times. We take shower inside, and it's so good. We have as well directly in the dry toilets. We use the sawdust. And it doesn't smell, to be honest. So I built the toilet myself. There is no vent, actually, but we have the pee and the poo separator. So first, this is very important, because we already traveled 2 months without separator. That was just everything going to buckets, and then at sometimes it's a nightmare. Very important to have a separator. Actually, they say it's very important to have a vent, constant vent, but we don't. We can close, you know, the bucket inside, the pee and the poo bucket, so that's what we do. And actually, there is no smell, so it's quite good.
And when you take shower, you take it out.
Yeah, when we take shower, we take it out very easy, because there is handles to the toilet, so you can take it out very easy. Actually, the shower is, you have quite a lot of space. It's very nice, and yeah, we built the receiver ourselves. That was quite complicated, you know, to know. I mean, yeah, the shower, I remember in the build was complicated for me to understand how I was going to do, because when you look in the internet, there is so much different opinions. Do that, don't do that, and the paint. And actually, this is like regular paint, you know. This is not paint for water or anything. This is like outdoor paint, but that's all, you know. This is not like very expensive paint or anything special. This is just like regular paint. And the only thing I do is, like, every time I take a shower, I just remove all the water drops in the walls, and then it's perfect. There is no moisture issue. So yeah, I mean, because I discuss as well with people building a shower in the van, and this is like kind of a nightmare for everyone. And actually, I will say, don't be too picky. Just use regular paints. It's perfect.
And talking about the price, how much did it cost all the project, and how long did it take you to build it?
I bought the van. It was 100,000 kilometers. Yes, I bought it for 8,500 euro. And the build, we believed that will take 6 months, but it took 1 year. It took 1 year, about 450 hours, and it costs, like, now, because I keep updating the price, you know, like little stuff we're adding and everything. This is at 33,000 euro altogether. Altogether, yeah. So I believe it's not too bad. So we have a boiler here. This is a 6-liter boiler. So the story is like, last winter I broke everything about water, because I left for a weekend and I forgot to to remove all the water, so everything broke. Big mistake. So this is a new one which works very good. The old ones was one from China. It was working okay, but this one is really very good, you know, with pressure and everything. Otherwise, on that storage, as you can see, we have a little reserve of wine and things like this. And what we've put before we left, we have the safety storage here, which is directly fixed to the van. And we put the computer and everything into here.
But the heater is instant heater, no? There is no boiler, it's just instant heater.
Yes, instant, yes.
But it's made for outside, no?
Yeah.
And is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's true. When I made it, that was as well complicated topic, because many people saying not to put that inside and everything, but I saw people doing it. I've talked with people working on gas, you know, so they know what they were talking. And yeah, that was more about, you know, the smell of when you heat, but there is no gas actually, you know, there is no like CO2.
It's like when burning a gas stove.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, even the smell is not very disturbing or anything. What we do is when we take a shower, when we use hot water, we always open that and keep an eye on it, you know, just to be sure, because I don't want anything to happen. The kitchen is the biggest part of the vehicle, much more because Gladys and I, we really love to cook. So that was kind of very important to have a big kitchen, you know, like a lot of space. So like this plan here is 1.60 m, is even bigger than our bed. You can imagine that. On that side here, it's I don't know, I don't even know, maybe 1.20 m, but you know, we have a lot of space. We have a lot of storage for food, you know. Yeah, a lot of things, and it holds. That's the craziest thing, you know. When I built off the storage, I never believed that I could put that much thing inside and that it will hold. But yeah, we have 3 cooker. We have the drawer spices, and it took me 10 hours to make that. A nightmare. And there is so much thing inside, it's very difficult to open it and to close it. Too many things. But yeah, a lot of spices, a lot of things. It gets so complicated to open it. Wow. Putain, j'arrive même pas à l'ouvrir.
Attends, je te refais. Il y a que moi qui sais faire.
Attends, je crois que je l'ai, c'est bon.
Let's set timer.
Ah, yeah, good.
Voilà. Là, tu fais en main, ça va aller. Ah, là,
Quoi?
tu vas refaire la démo, vas-y, commence. Refais.
Thing, we didn't have enough space for spices. We had it somewhere here, you know. No, but as well for the look, it looked good.
And you made it by yourself, it's just a jar.
Yeah, very easy. But still, like, we didn't have enough spaces for spices, so we have more here. Like, we have thousands of spices, thousands. Like, I will not be able to tell what we have. Gladys knows. Me, I don't.
And all that reason is because Gladys is making Instagram for cooking.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and on his account on Instagram, Cooking Vanlife, she does a lot of cooking, a lot of dishes and things, and we share that with the people. Anything about food or van life. On this side, like we have storage for toiletries or perfume, things like this. And we have here the device that control the power of the vehicle. So we can see the percentage of the accessory battery. We can see the current consumption, the voltage. The battery of the car is actually disconnected, so that's why this is 0. And we can see the water tank and temperature, and as well the barograph, which is not very useful, but actually this is something for the boats. They built that originally for the boats, so there is the barograph.
Okay. Was it expensive?
No, to be honest, it's not. No, it's it comes from Slovenia company, and they're very, very nice. Like they have plenty different type of device, and they are very, very good, very easy to plug. Even if I didn't plug all correctly, but they are quite easy to use, and I would recommend using Simarin. They're quite good. Otherwise, in that side, we have these 2 features, which is 230 plugs, where we plug computer, or we can plug like some things for cooking, you know, like mixer, things like this. Or otherwise, we have the car breast protection for protection, not protection, but for the gas. So
gas alarm.
Gas alarm, yes, exactly. What I didn't say about the kitchen was we have a vent here because kitchen hood, yeah, to take everything out. But it doesn't. The mistake I made when we built is we wanted as much storage as we could, you know. So if you see here the storage, they're quite low, like just the maximum they can before you cannot say anything or what you're doing. But by doing so, the heat just melted the protection of the vent, and as well, you know, the lights here. So maybe the storage are a little bit too low, but it's not like dangerous or anything. It's just like it heats a lot because Sometimes we make dishes that take some time to cook or anything, like 45 minutes. Yeah, it makes steam and it heats a lot, and then it causes that, but it's not a big issue actually. We have, of course, the fridge. Fridge was very important stuff. So we have a 12 volts fridge from Italia, even with a freezer. I can't tell the literage of the freezer. Maybe this is 15 liter, but it works very well. Otherwise, we have 100 liter of the fridge, and it works only on 12, and it works perfect actually. So you know, it is always a question if you want to use a 3 mix or a 12. The 12 are a bit more expensive. This one costs about 650 euro. I found out that brand Vitri Frigo, and I didn't know that before.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, but it's Italian. You know, it's very reliable. I will recommend using. I saw many people with very small thing, and as we are cooking a lot, we clean the dish a lot as well. So we needed to have a deep one and a good one, you know, like at home, because otherwise it's a nightmare to clean all the dishes. So that was very important point to have this one. The mistake I made on that one, I cut too wide, and the sink is almost going through that, so I had to make some weird repair below, something that you will not see. There is the trash bin or other small storage, like everywhere we could fit those things, we put that. And otherwise there is the filter for the water, because this is inline right after the tank. Having it here, this is a mistake, because you want the water to be filtered only on the tap here. You don't want filtered water in the shower,
Because pressure goes down.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now I have to make some things to if you want to use the shower, you have to close the filter and open. So this is something I will have to change in the future. It's better to have the filter directly in line with the tap here. On that side, this is not for cooking anymore. Here we have dress, and we have mirrors as well, with many things not for me. But yeah, we didn't want to have vertical storage, because this is too much place for nothing. So we have just storage for the dress here. Here as well, like drawer for dress again. Here this is another drawer, but like for games or books and things like this. And down here, this is for the battery. I have the extinguisher. Below here we have the battery. So like this is the brain of the van, and this is the biggest spend we made. Like it cost us 2,000 euro, but this is like lithium 200 amps battery, which is, I believe, very reliable one. I believe this is very important, having a good battery into your van. Like if you don't want to have problem or to change it by the time or anything, like lithium is very reliable. It's fast to charge. You can charge many devices with that at the same time and everything. And this is something like I will recommend using. Like if you want to do a 12 volts installation, like in this van, a very good battery. It's very important.
How many solar panels do you have?
We have 320 watts of solar panel into the roof.
In total.
Yeah, so 2 times 160.
And power inverter?
Yep, yeah. So we have the MPPT. This is one device, which is MPPT, and as well a relay between, you know, the car and the
DC
accessory battery.
charger.
Yes, yeah, DC charger, and that's at the same time MPPT to transform for the solar panel. And as well, we have a transformer for 200 to 230 to 12, and 12 to 230 as well.
So how many kilowatts? Yeah.
So the transformer that takes 12 to 230, we have 1,500
Okay.
watts.
There's storage or just like?
Oh yeah, this is a storage. Yeah, that's true. On that side, we have another like kind of a secret storage, something you cannot see very easy and very long, but we have you know, like camera things or cables, many other things. We have more storage here at the top. Below each side of the bed, you can access with a trap the everything. So here there is the water tank. So we have a little bit more storage to place other stuff like this. But we have the pump and we have the
water accumulator.
yeah, water accumulator. Yeah, thank you. Yes, and you know, very often you can find some tanks that goes above the wheels and everything that has a weird shape. And the problem with that is you cannot clean it everywhere. But with those square rectangular, yeah, it's very easy to clean. So that's a very good thing. Little details that make difference, you know. That was as well a good question, how to do the table, but this is one you can take it up and down. So like when we want to make the bed, we put this down until it lies here, and then we put the two mattress in the middle, and then it makes the bed, so we sleep in the width. So like that we have 1.76 m, so this is definitely not enough. So yeah, this is definitely the biggest problem for me with full-time living in the van, to have the bed in the width. It's a movable table like this, so it goes like that, and it can turn as well. And we both work as well into the van, so this is a little bit narrow for us to work at the same time. So sometimes when this is sunny, I work outside, but otherwise it's fine, you know. So there is enough space. We even were 6 people around that table to eat, so it's not too bad actually. So we have this little device, which is how you call that? Projector, exact. We have this little projector where you can watch films or anything into that white wall. But to be honest, we didn't use it a lot because it doesn't have a very good autonomy. It's like 2 hours, not even, so it's not sometimes enough to watch a movie. But anyway, otherwise we have this map. We bought it, we didn't make it ourselves, but it's funny because some people sometimes believe that I made that myself. I will never be able to do that by hand, you know. But it's nice. We bought it from, like, it comes from USA. This is wood something, I can't remember the name, but it looked very good.
All right, thanks for watching. The social media of the guys I will leave in description below, so if you have any questions or you want to check out some van recipes, go and check it out, and see you the next one. Cheers!
Ciao!